Hi, Kevin here. Nice to see you again. Well, for lunch today, we're fixing Egg Foo Yong. And Egg Foo Yong is simply little omelets that are fried and then topped with a sweet and sour sauce. And the first thing we're going to make is the sauce. All right, to make the sweet and sour sauce, what you do is take a medium-sized saucepan and add a half cup of water. Now you could use chicken stock if you prefer. We're going to set this over medium heat. And then add 1 teaspoon of granulated sugar. That's the sweet. In the sweet and sour, we're also going to add 2 tablespoons plus 1.5 teaspoons of either soy sauce or Tamari sauce. And we're going to add 1 teaspoon of white wine vinegar. There, we shall call that a teaspoon. Whisk this together and let this come to a boil. And when we've achieved a boil, we'll come right back. All right, we've come to a boil, so now take 1 teaspoon of cornstarch and mix it with just enough water to make a smooth slurry. This is the thickener for the sauce. In you go, and then whisk just until the sauce thickens, which it will do very quickly. Now the recipe I'm using today comes from a 1960s Betty Crocker cookbook. And my mother used this cookbook, and she used to make Egg Foo Yong every now and then. And it was one of my absolute favorite things. Okay, the sauce is made. Turn off the heat. And then what we're going to do is grab a skillet, move you out a little bit. We're going to add about a ½ inch of vegetable oil. Now I'm using safflower oil, but you could use peanut oil or canola oil. And then we're going to bring this to about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay? And while the oil is heating, we're going to go ahead and make the little omelets. All right, for the omelets, you need 3 eggs. Here's 3. And then, according to the Betty Crocker people, you want to whisk the eggs until they turn thick and pale. Yeah, when I was a kid, we used to have Egg Foo Yong every now and then, and I'm pretty sure my mother followed the recipe from the Betty Crocker cookbook. She used that cookbook for a lot of things because the recipes in the book are all thoroughly tested. Okay, we're there, thick and pale. And then add 1 cup of bean sprouts. And I have to tell you, I went to the supermarket this morning to buy bean sprouts, and the produce department said they didn't have any. So I essentially live in a food desert. Fortunately, they did have canned bean sprouts, which are not the best thing in the world. But in a pinch, they will do. So add the bean sprouts, and that's 1 cup of bean sprouts. We're also going to add 2 tablespoons of diced onion. and a 1/2 cup of cooked cube chicken. This came from a rotisserie chicken. It's the chicken breast. Also going to add, this is not in the Betty Crocker recipe, a dash of sesame oil because I love it so much. Just a dash. It's probably a 1/4 teaspoon. And then use a spatula to combine these ingredients. Yeah, there are about 1 million recipes for Egg Foo Yong out there. So if you want to use a different recipe, well, be my guest. Maybe the other recipes are even better than the Betty Crocker recipe. I don't know. All right, we're good. Let's check on the oil. All right, I just tested the oil with my handy digital thermometer, and we are at 350 degrees or thereabout. So now I'm going to add the little omelet mixture by the 1/4 cupful. And what you do is hold the cup very close to the oil. And it goes. And what we're doing is making little patties. And then you take a spatula and fold the egg over the bean sprouts and chicken. Now we should be able to get 4 little omelets out of this. Yeah, you want to make sure your oil is hot, like 350 degrees, because if it's too cool, the omelets will absorb a lot of that oil and they'll be greasy. If the oil is the right temperature, the eggs will puff up and they won't be greasy at all. Okay, we're going to let these cook for about 40 seconds and then we will flip them. Yeah, the omelets should be golden brown on the bottom. And they are. So use 2 spatulas to flip. Ooh, these look very good. And I'm going to let these cook, for about 30 seconds. Okay, we're ready to plate these. So I have 2 omelets for Mr. Fox and 2 omelets for me. And then here's the sweet and sour sauce. Just drizzle this over the Egg Foo Yong. Hi, Tiger. That's my cat. My whiny cat. And then we want to garnish the servings. And for the garnish, I have sesame seeds. These are not toasted, but toasted would be very nice indeed. So if you have them on hand, you should use them. And I snipped some green onion, which is where I live is known as scallion. So we're going to sprinkle the scallion on top. Well, it looks very pretty. Okay, let me give you a close-up. So here is Mr. Fox's serving. And here is mine. Now this would be very, very good with a side of fried rice, which I do not have, but which I will make for you if you'd like me to. Just drop me a note in the comments field below. Here's a taste. Oh, it's wonderful. Well, this is very, very delicious. I hope you'll give it a try someday. And remember, you can always change the recipe. You could leave out the chicken and substitute shrimp or barbecued pork. You could even make a vegetarian version of Egg Foo Yong. Use the onion and maybe some grated carrot, and mushrooms would be nice. Anyway, these chicken Egg Foo Yong are very meaty, but they're light, and oh, that sauce is, well, it's sweet and sour. It's delicious, okay? All right, thanks so much for watching. I will see you very soon, probably on Wednesday, with another recipe. So be sure to subscribe. All right, I'll see you then. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.